Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Final Fantasy IX. Picking up where we left off, we are headed to the city of Trino, which I seem to constantly fight each time I do this recording. Okay, it's a trick bird again. Anyway, I figured at this point the only thing holding us back is our equipment, so really. But yeah, at this point I'm pretty sure the only thing holding us back is our equipment, so we're going to move on. Anyway. I didn't really let it stay up too long, so I'll just mention it. We are mostly level 15 and 16. Anyway, into Trina. This title will not be upheld, I should mention. Although there is a very interesting little diversion here we have. Side request. Anyway. So this city is pretty much split up between the thieves, or the lower class, and the upper class. Anyway. And of course, our knight has a little problem with the thought of thievery. I really like the music here. And as she has a knack for doing, the princess has once again left. Anyway, here in Trino, there's quite a few ATEs to see, although picking one pretty much removes the others from the list each time. Now we can either see Ambition or Trino Tradition. Due to the fact I know which to do here, we're actually going with Trino Tradition. I'm hoping I actually did that right. Yes, I did that very right. Okay, what's about to happen, if I can remember the next QTE correctly, is we should have just saved ourselves some money. Anyway. There are plenty of people to talk to, and there's this nice fountain here. Anyway. You might be wondering why I'm doing this. This is a neat little waste of, let's see. Yeah, but it's a little waste of gil for something we actually need. Well, need. Yeah, you're gonna be sitting here watching this for a second, I'm sorry. Until we get what we need. Could I cut this out? Yes, am I going to? No. I saved you all about a couple of days worth of grind. You'll sit through the dropping of 10 gil into a fountain. There we go, we now have Gemini. Let's see, if I remember correctly, we need to follow her. Ah, yeah, it's Pursuit, I believe. Anyway, if you recognize Ali Jack there... Alright, there's plenty of items to go get during this in this area, but first we're actually going to go get the reason I watched those ATEs. I'll watch them after I do this. Because if I've done this right, hi there. Anyway, we received a power belt at a heavy discount. Now, why I said what I said about the risky thing before is you notice the button prompt whenever during the ATE there. If you don't hit that, he takes 1,000. If you hit it, he takes 500. So that's actually quite a bit of a difference. Well, not really how much I've ground up money, I'm sorry. Now I realize it, but anyway, in here we have the synthesis shop. Anyway. Trying to remember how much a power belt actually is, and I don't remember. Anyway, there are a couple of new things we have makeable, I guess. We're actually going to make one of these. I tend to make one of everything because I'm that kind of person. Let's see. Trying to remember which it is. I'll worry about that later, actually. I'll worry about that off screen. Don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. If you press the button here, you get to listen to those nobles down in the yard. We'll worry about that later, along with the other function of this area. Anyway, as you see, the ATEs are still here. Yeah. Anyway. Actually, something we'll do later. Let's actually go gather some items now. Okay, over here, by this strange tower. This is a mithril dagger. And yes, running, we're going to get this clunking noise the entire time. Let's head up this way where Marcus went. Let's go with the unexpected visitor. Oh yes, this is the auction house. We can actually participate in these once we actually gather the princess back into our party. And oh my, don't that look familiar? Now then. Let's see if I can remember to do these in the fast order. If I remember correctly, one of these guys is actually supposed to walk around and, yeah, pick up things. Anyway, there's Tartus. I am insane. That is Taurus. I have completely lost track of the fact these are, you know, stellazo. Constellations in the sky. Anyway. The only thing we missed by not watching Ambition is these two talk about their plans to rule the waterfront. Here we have the meeting place. There we go. Now then. I apparently pressed the button once too much because I thought I had to press the button to get rid of the burp. Anyway. We over there have unleashed a Kupo, a Moogle. We're actually not going to worry about that right now. We're going to head this way first and go deal with the side quest I was talking about. But first, this place will become important later. This is the card arena. Since we're not really playing the card game, this is going to become a point of interest much later. Anyway. You can talk to some of the nobles here, and there's a small little thing you can do with certain items from the auction later. But for now, we're going to head up north here. And I feel this is actually an appropriate time to stop, and you're going to have to... anyone who isn't really interested in inventory is just going to have to either ignore this part or just deal with it, because what we're about to do is actually going to give away key items, and I've just gotten 2 of them that I need to show off. Anyway. Again, if we hit the select button, it tells us where we receive them, of course. I would say, again, if you don't remember, the Stellazo are actually putting together a story. And we now have 5 Stellazo. Now in this house, there is a Stellazo collector. That's why I had to look at those. Because when we go in here, she will take all the Stellazo we currently have, one by one, for a reward. And since we have many. We are getting 5 rewards. That is the important one. Oh, I forgot to talk. And there's number 5. Anyway, we are now at a Stellazo, so we will return here later. Now the reason I say that's the important one is because that is probably the strongest sword we've got for now. It's not going to stop me. Anyway. We're headed back over this way because in order to continue we do need to go find the princess. Oh, I need to flush the Koopa back out again. There we go. Koopa actually has a letter. Oh. Yeah. Anyway, stuff we're not supposed to really care about, as this party at least. He should not have any letters for us. Of course, we have the standard chances to stop and heal. Alright, excuse me a second while I equip Richard. Okay, if I remember correctly, no, this is not the one I'm thinking of. It doesn't really matter at this point. I think I'm strong enough to handle this just fine. As you can see, there is a monster down there. Anyway. This fight should be fairly simple. Oh yeah, I forgot. This guy uses air magic, which is pretty much designed to mess you up. But at the same time, the blood sword is designed to heal you. That's why I was thinking what I was thinking. Anyway, this is not as easy as I'm going to think it is, but Richard is going to keep his health high enough, I think, with the blood sword in order to survive. Again, air magic is built to do high damage. And I've actually threatened it enough for it to actually consider using a heal magic. But I say, as long as the AI doesn't really go insane on me, and just, like, manage to one turn kill me, I should be fine. See? Now, if it had managed to accidentally cast Arrow and basically both wind magics at the same time, I would have been dead, but since I didn't get the accessory that reduces wind damage, it's understandable. Anyway, if I recall correctly, there is one monster in this cage per disc, and they're all supposed to be challenging monsters you haven't fought yet. Anyway, as you saw, we got a Tom Berry card for that. Not a bad prize. This is a weapons shop, of course, if you want to buy stuff. I'll be back here off screen. I won't subject you to my shopping. Anyway, over here is the auction house. Anyway. Excuse me, apparently the neighbors are bugging the dog. Alright, at this point we have recruited the princess. Whatever item they were selling in the auction house was apparently extremely cheap. But now that we have the princess, we can actually go and proceed in the auctions. That's another off-screen kind of thing. I'll show off what items I get if I do get the expensive items. Got enough gold for some of them. Anyway, if we continue on with the story, we're actually fine. But I think this is actually a good place to end off. So I'm gonna go down here. Yeah, the place, as you noticed by the guy going in there, it's the guy that Marcus talked to. This is the town inn. At least I think this is the only inn in town. Yeah. Of course, it's in the shanty town. Not bad. Anyway, this is where we're gonna end off for now. Yeah. Talk to you guys later.